Okay, I want to talk about something deep. It does deal with society, it does deal with voting, it does deal with computers, all of that. Simulation theory. Basically, in a nutshell, we're all in a computer program. We're not real, and when someone could just delete you, or you wake up in the real world like the Matrix or something like that. That's kind of, in a nutshell, how that can go. So, this is different. I play a game called Last Z. It's a survival shooter run game, and it's an alliance game. Some of you have heard of or have played alliance games. This is a game that I think really mimics real life, just like other survival alliance games. We're supposed to live in a democracy, so you do have the freedom to vote for whom you want to. But all your life, if you just think about it, from being a kid, growing up, starting to become aware, become alert, self-aware, self-governing, you start to learn as you begin self-governance that you are to behave a certain way to fit in with the rest. You must not trust, not learn, but believe in a system, a way of doing things, a way of acting, a way of being. What the issue is when you have that, you have given up your sovereignty. Your free will can't exist if all you have done is allowed yourself to be programmed to be like others or the way others tell you to be, so that those others are not challenged. Ergo, you're not even challenging yourself, so you can challenge others. In the alliance games, what happens is you have those that say, I have built my alliance. I will gain a few people. And they do. Then they gain a lot of people. And you have probably 30 to 40 or 70 alliances out there. And they could be 10 to 20 people strong. And that's all right. And that's good. But something happens. An alliance gets strong, they want to be stronger. So they beat down other alliances. And they assimilate those into their fold. Once they've assimilated them into their fold, they become a stronger alliance. Other alliances do that so they can compete. And at that moment, you have the option to join those building alliances or get destroyed by those alliances until you surrender or accept the new paradigm and join. One way or the other, you're going to rage quit the game or you're going to join so that you don't get fed upon. So then you become the tough guy or girl. And now you're going to feed on others because now you're tough. That's what happens in those games. And ultimately, alliances get so strong and full, they have to make branches of themselves. And once they make the branches of themselves, they're all under that umbrella, but it's only that alliance. So ultimately, what was once hundreds of alliances have now dwindled down to 10. 10 alliances with multiple denominations, factions, or whatever you want to call it. And those 10 battle each other, while there are small, tiny ones, I am being in one of them, that are fighting back, and I'm the leader of mine. And we're doing our best to build resources, but amongst building those resources, those stronger alliance members from others come in and destroy everything we have, and we have to start over. Our options are, and I'm the leader, others come in and say, hey, why would you want to be in that small alliance and you're bottom of the ranks while all these heavy hitters are out here feeding on everyone, feeding on their resources, making them almost start over, destroying their barriers and whatnot. So they come after me. So imagine going after a world leader who's nation is in trouble, and instead of helping that world leader, you say, abandon your country and join mine, because why would you do anything else? Might makes right. And you might be wondering, how does this compare to real life? We at one time had numerous political parties, varying ideals, and people voted to those ideals. Powerful parties started gobbling up those parties. So your options of who you vote for shrank accordingly. And once they have shrank accordingly, you were down to not just hundreds of parties or a party per state, but then you get party per region, and then you're down to 5 parties. Then you're down to 3. It was Republican, Democrat, and the Progressive Party. Just before my time, and before a lot of your time, but some of you, if you are very elderly, during your time, that third party got pushed out. Then you only have 2 parties. You can vote Republican or Democrat. 2 opposing ideologies. But where's the democracy? And then in the 70s until the early 80s, there was a political switch. That's what happened with that. But regardless of that switch, where is the democracy? And things got so bad, and you've been programmed so well, that instead of asking yourselves, where is the democracy? Not only do you not question yourself, but you cheerlead on your tribe, your group, your denomination within these political parties, which are all the same one of 2 parties. You can be libertarian, you can be green, but libertarian is basically Republican. Green is technically Democrat. There could be a liberal party. There could be a conservative party, different party name and whatnot, but they're going to be a different branch of the same one of 2. And now it's gotten to the point where if someone mentions a third party, both parties will jump against that third party. They will jump on it. The Green Party was one of them. They came in, Republicans and Democrats attacked that party to make sure it got no ground. So that you could not have democracy. You have to choose between one or the other. You are programmed to choose one or the other, not some other. And during this time, if someone like me mentions a third party, I'm the bad guy, no one's going to listen to me. But you also will say, we want democracy. So if you want democracy, now in your mind, you vote Democrat. But if you hate the Democrats so much, Republicans are democracy. It's just that at this very moment, Donald Trump is not democracy, but the Republicans are. So you have been robbed of the idea of what democracy is. You can go with Trump, who said he'll be a dictator. You can go with Republicans who have literally ripped up and closed down polling areas so that demographical groups cannot vote. And then you also have the option of Democrats that after the Republicans have come in as an alliance and destroyed everything possible, you have no choice because you made sure there's no choice of another party. You have to hope that the Democrats will fix it. And the Democrats don't fix. They just bandage. You have a gaping wound and they will just put a bandage around it. It's not going to really stop the bleeding, and you're not going to get the chance to heal because those muscles got to flex. You want to do something. And right now, the truth is, because All other possible parties have been rejected, and all of us have been programmed to be Republican or Democrat. The only group out there, the independent voters, are not independent voters. They are just single issue voters. And the Republicans aren't doing that thing. The Democrats aren't doing that thing. So these people will abstain from voting. Or if they decide to do that thing, then they will come out and vote. And that's when you get your landslides. But there is still no democracy. Democracy is when the people vote for an elected official. That's democracy. When the public says, we want this person. So tell me, even though you have your belief that you're voting for who you want to vote for, how is it possible to do such a thing when the people that you vote for are the only ones you could ever vote for? The primaries are a good start, but they are simply a host of 5 to 10 of the same thing that you're going to get. And when someone shows up that says, we are going to change how this works, I could name 3. But when they show up, you won't vote for them. You won't. For your own beliefs, your own programming, the things that you have been led to believe, the way you have been taught to act, and the things you have been trained to think. You can't let the Republicans win, and the Republicans can't let the Democrats win. And at the same time, while these parties do win because you want your side to win, the people lose. The only way to win is just like in the alliance building game. It's a pay to win, not pay to play, but pay to win. And these people have all the money, and they donate to those alliances, and those alliances govern the way they want to govern and say, in the game, you cannot attack the top 10 alliances, but there's no rule saying the alliances cannot attack you. So you can support the Democrats. You can support the Republicans. But the moment you stop supporting either, not only does the party, but the people next to you, they will call you a traitor. They will say you're against the grain. You are going against the system. You're not for democracy. You want options. You want your options. I want this guy. I want that girl. I want that woman. I want this guy, this lad, this person. It doesn't matter if they're transgender, if they're gay, lesbian, bi. It doesn't matter if they're white, black, Hispanic, African, as a descent. It doesn't matter. You want the best person to lead that's going to do harm reduction and positive building. The problem is you are just one. And the solution is, it's not just that you're that one, but you're not the only one. And if you can find a group, if you can build a group, if you can vet people and say, we are going to run and we are going to do our best to win. All it takes is advertisement, name recognition, and that's about it. That's the basics. And you can get that done. And it don't take 20 years. It can take a few months. But if you and those like you join together like a community, at the end of the day, it's still going to be a tribe. But you don't have to be the only tribe. And when you have multiple tribes and you've got multiple people and candidates to choose from, and the big two, Republicans and Democrats, realize they can't just coast, that they have to work, that is when you get democracy coming back. That is how you get your rights reinstated. That is how you get harm reduction. That is when you get choices, options. That's how you get democracy. Thank you for listening.